chances are, if you take a look, you'll notice that you're surrounded by hundreds of logos all over on your shoes, on your computer, on your pen, on your car. Most every company tries to associate some sort of image with their product. What was a swoosh before Nike became the biggest sporting company known to man? and what would the golden arches mean to our great-great-grandparents? The reason companies do this is to remind us they're important. Whenever I see an Apple, I'm reminded of the fact that I do not own an iPod, and it kills me. And to me, I think the coolest thing about logos is finding out really what they mean. What's a logo without a meaning? During the time of Christ, the Jewish temple was considered the ultimate place of worship. And at the time, there was one part of the temple that literally no one went into except for who they called the high priest. This room in the temple was always guarded by a thick, black curtain, which was thought to represent the separation between God and man. And once a year, the high priest would enter the room to present a sacrifice to God for all the people's sins throughout that year. This ritual was arguably the most important one in all of the Jewish law. This was when, for that time, the people were wiped clean of their sin, but only temporarily. Jesus Christ was considered the great high priest, the only true mediator between God and man. A great friend and mentor of mine once answered probably the greatest question I've ever asked. I asked him, when Jesus was crucified, he cried out, my God, why have you forsaken me?" I asked, why? Why did God forsake Jesus? I don't understand. And he told me, it was at that exact point in history when God the Father turned his back on Jesus and he bore the punishment for the sins of the world. Finally, it made sense to me. Finally. Really, that's the reason why we see crosses on every street corner, on the backs of cars, on tombstones, and on necklaces. That's the point. For the first time, what seemed like a fairy tale story actually had meaning. The greatest meaning of all time. Jesus died for my wrongdoing.